I am Sofia Romano, 30 years old, an aspiring architect from Rome, Italy. My life, up until then, had been built on the solid bricks of European tradition, where history permeates every stone, every street. I love Rome. Love the way every corner tells a 1,000-year-old story. My family, typical Italians, have always believed that Europe is the center of all excellence, especially in architecture, culture, and love. So when I received an invitation to participate in a large-scale sustainable urban planning project in Los Angeles, California, I couldn't help but frown. America, a noisy, pragmatic country, lacking historical and cultural depth, where soulless skyscrapers sprout like mushrooms, and people rush to pursue material things. In my eyes, American men are probably no better, maybe too pragmatic, unrefined and unromantic, like the Italian guys I often meet. My mother, with a worried but humorous look, said, "Sophia, my daughter, when you go to America, don't come back with some cowboy." I laughed out loud and firmly replied, "No way, Mama. I will finish the project and return to Rome as soon as possible. I will never marry an American man. I am sure of it. This trip is just a professional challenge, a dash." In my illustrious career, the night before my departure, I told myself, this is not a vacation, this is work. Nothing there will change my mind. I pictured a Los Angeles filled with smog, endless traffic, and strangers and indifferent people. However, as the plane began to take off from Frankfurt, carrying me across the Atlantic, a strange feeling, a little indescribable restlessness, suddenly arose in my heart. Perhaps, the country where Nadia and Katrina went to Japan, or Alina went to Japan, completely changing their lives, will also bring me some surprise. The Nadia sisters have found happiness in a country they once had prejudices against. Katya, who was initially vehemently opposed to her sister marrying a Japanese man, has also been won over. Am I different? And then, after more than 10 hours of flying, we began to descend. Through the window, I saw a long stretch of white-capped coastline, low-rise white buildings, and bright yellow sunlight, a far cry from the gray image I had painted in my mind. The plane touched down gently at Los Angeles International Airport, LAX. Stepping off the plane, I braced myself for the usual chaos and noise of major airports, but what I found was something else entirely. LAX is surprisingly large, yet surprisingly clean, orderly, and efficient. The air was not stuffy at all, on the contrary. It seemed as if a fresh sea breeze had seeped into the closed space. The airport staff, from customs officers to guides, were all friendly and welcoming. When I was confused with the map, and my English was not really fluent, I mainly speak Italian and French. One staff patiently leaned down and gave me instructions, slowly and clearly. "Welcome to Los Angeles, young lady," he said in a warm and sincere tone. "It seems like this is your first time here. If there is any problem, don't hesitate to ask." At that moment, I felt something different. Wow, people in this country can really care about others in a basic way, I thought. It was the complete opposite of the image I had of an America that was all about me and haste. In the Russian airports that Nadia had described, people were often busy with tired faces, and the staff just grumbled passport. Here, smiles and enthusiastic help were the first things I received. As I walked through the hallways, I was even more amazed. The signs were clear and easy to understand. Modern equipment, even small robots, were silently cleaning the floors, especially the toilet. Unbelievable how clean it is, like a 5-star hotel. I remembered what Nadia had said about the toilets in Japan, which were incredibly clean compared to those in Russia. I had expected something similar in the US, but was completely surprised. From that moment on, I started thinking, this is a completely different country. As I walked out of the arrivals gate, amidst the hustle and bustle, my eyes fell on a figure standing right next to the welcome sign that bore the name of my project. It was my sister's partner and another man. Both of them exuded elegance, as if they had stepped out of a Hollywood movie. Neat shirts, well-groomed hair, and most importantly, a warm, genuine smile. "Hi Sophia, welcome to California." My partner, a Japanese-American named Kenji, said cheerfully. Then he introduced himself. "This is Noah Clark, our landscape architect, who will be working closely with you on this project." Noah approached, smiled and said, "Hello, Sofia Romano. Welcome here. The long flight must have been tiring." His voice was warm, gentle, and full of concern, a far cry from the pragmatic, unrefined American man image I had in mind. At that moment, I was a little embarrassed. In the Russian culture that Nadia described, men usually greet family friends with a simple hello. But the way Noah spoke, so polite and attentive, took me by surprise. I could only nod and smile awkwardly. Then the unbelievable happened. Noah walked up, without saying a word, gently picked up my large suitcase and said, "Let me help you." "Girl, the long flight must be tiring." I was completely stunned. In Italy, men can be gallant, but it is extremely rare for a stranger, whom she has just met, to carry a woman's luggage without asking. In Russian culture, Nadia also said, carrying one's own luggage is basic, and men rarely help women no matter how hard they seem to be. Yet Noah, an American man, did this so naturally. The gesture, though small, was a new and positive culture shock for me. Why is he so kind? Why does he care about me so much? A series of questions kept swirling in my head. On the way back to the hotel, I continued to experience surprises. Kenji and Noah sat in the front seat, chatting happily about the project, occasionally turning to ask me how I was doing. Noah, who sat right next to me, spoke less but asked delicately, "The long flight must have made you tired, right?" His voice was unfamiliar, but strangely warm, as if he really cared about me. I couldn't help but smile and replied, "Yes, a little tired. But I was surprised because the airport here is very clean." Noah smiled and nodded. "Yeah, LAX is one of the top airports in the world. Actually, in Japan. Well, I mean here, public places are very clean." He seemed to slip up a bit when he mentioned Japan, but quickly corrected himself. This surprised me again. Clean public places. In Italy, that's hard to imagine. Seeing my surprise, Noah explained further. People here try very hard not to cause trouble or inconvenience to others. Therefore, everyone works together to keep the community clean. The moment I heard those words, I felt a strong thought rising in my heart. The people in this country are amazing. In Italy, or as Nadia once said about Russia, the individual freedom mindset sometimes leads to arbitrary behavior in public. From the airport to the hotel, the roads in Los Angeles were not as chaotic as I had expected. People stayed in their lanes, stopped at red lights, and there was no honking like in Rome, or as Nadia had described, Russia. I realized that from the first moment I set foot in America, my image of America began to change, slowly but powerfully, in the car. Noah pointed out the window and said, "That's the Pacific Ocean. If you have time, let's take a walk together next time. The sunset on the ocean is beautiful." At that moment, my heart suddenly skipped a beat. Go together. I felt my face burning uncomfortably. The car arrived in front of the hotel. Noah was still quietly but thoughtfully taking care of me. "Let me help you carry your luggage. The project starts tomorrow. You must be tired. Go to bed early." A Russian man would never say such words, because he thinks there is no reason to be nice to a woman he just met for the first time. But Noah was different. He treated me like an old friend, even warmer. From that moment on, my heart started beating strangely, as I was alone in the elevator going up to my room. I wondered, am I being weird? Why am I so attracted to someone I just met for the first time? But at that time, I still didn't know that. It was just the beginning of a true love. And I would soon understand why this country could steal my sister's hearts so strangely. As soon as I put my luggage down in the hotel room, I felt so tired that I just wanted to lie down on the bed. But at that moment, my phone vibrated. It was a text message from Kenji. "Sophia, you must be tired, right? But tonight everyone is going to dinner together. Noah is coming too." As soon as I read the message, my heart started pounding for no reason. "Noah, why do I feel so nervous?" I had originally planned to just show up for the project and leave, but now the thought of seeing Noah again made me so excited I couldn't contain my excitement. I texted back, "Okay, I'll go." A moment later, Kenji and Noah drove up to pick me up. Noah got out of the car, gently opened the door for me, and asked, "Sophia, have you had some rest? You look tired." At that moment, my heart fluttered again. "Yes, I'm much better," I replied, still a little awkward but smiling, in the car. Kenji made jokes to lighten the mood, but I kept paying attention to Noah, occasionally looking out the window to hide my nervousness. Suddenly, Noah asked softly, "Sophia, do you like Japanese food?" "Oh, I mean American food. Do you have any taboos?" I was a little startled, then replied, "Well, I can't eat spicy food, but I think I can try." Noah smiled and said, Then I will introduce you to dishes that are not too spicy. Tonight, I will show you many delicious American dishes. That sentence made my heart beat faster again. Why does he care so much about me? He's just Kenji's friend. The restaurant we went to was a traditional American restaurant, located in a renovated old town. The wooden interior was cozy, the lighting was soft, and from the window I could see the small cobblestone streets, like a scene from a movie. Wow, so beautiful. I couldn't help but exclaim, seeing that. Noah smiled and said, I thought Sophia would like this place, so I chose to stay here. How did he know I would like it? My heart fluttered again. As soon as we sat down at the table, a myriad of small dishes were served. Pumpkin soup, vegetable salad, cornbread. What is this? So many dishes? I asked in surprise. Kenji laughed. That's how it is in America. Just try it. Everything is delicious. Noah added, and you can order more of everything if you want. I was shocked. In Italy, one main course is served and that's it. But here, they value sharing meals with family and friends. Ah, so that's why Americans are so kind, I think. My heart feels warm again. Then the main course was brought out, a plate of grilled flank steak with vegetables. What is this? I asked. Noah smiled and introduced. This is American-style grilled flank steak. Most people love this when they come to America. I took a bite and was completely captivated. Why is it so soft and sweet? Noah said again, I think Sophia will like this. Every time he said that, I couldn't help but smile. As dinner was almost over, Kenji playfully asked, Nadia, what do you think of American men, like Kenji and Noah? I was a little confused, but when I saw Noah smiling quietly at me, my heart fluttered. Are American men really as gallant as Noah? Kenji interjected, American men are inherently polite like Noah. Noah seemed a little embarrassed, but that expression made him even more adorable. After dinner, when we walked out of the restaurant, Kenji and his wife said, we have to go prepare for tomorrow's project, so we'll go home first. Noah will take Sophia home. At that moment, I was a little nervous, but Noah said warmly, Sophia, can we walk around a bit more? It's still early. I couldn't help but reply, yes sir. The moment we were alone walking, I could feel my heart pounding. Is it okay? Is it awkward? But Noah led me naturally. Sophia, have you ever been to Venice Beach? No, I've only heard the name. Then let's go there now. It's even more beautiful at night. Noah said so, and gently led the way for me. As I walked, the scenery of Venice Beach was absolutely stunning. The boardwalks were clean and quiet, the streetlights were soft. The traditional Spanish-style buildings were interspersed with unique art shops, creating a completely different atmosphere from Rome. Wow, this place is so beautiful. It's like something out of a movie. I couldn't help but exclaim. Noah smiled. I think Sophia will like this place? Why does he always know what I like? My heart was pounding again. After a while, Noah stopped in front of a small gift shop. Let's go in and check it out. There are some really cool things, he said. The shop was filled with traditional California souvenirs, ocean paintings, handmade wooden figurines, seashell jewelry. Each item was unique and charming. Among them, I stopped at a silver necklace shaped like an ocean wave. This is so beautiful, I muttered. Noah came over, looked at the necklace and said, this one suits Sophia very well. At that moment, my chest shook again. Why so? Noah smiled gently and said, I think it will be a nice souvenir for Sophia's trip to America. After he finished speaking, he went straight to the counter and paid. Oh no, let me pay. I was confused, but Noah just smiled and said, consider this the guide fee for today. At that gallant gesture, my face flushed involuntarily. Thank you, Noah, I said. Noah just smiled gently and said, when Sophia smiles, I feel happy too. As we left the store and continued walking, even the night air felt strangely warm. As we walked slowly, Noah asked softly, Sophia, what do you think of America? My first impression was very good, I replied honestly. To be honest, I didn't expect much, but this seems like a very kind and warm country. Oh good. Noah smiled. In relief, actually, I originally came here just for Kenji's project, but now, I couldn't finish my sentence. Because I was surprised myself. Now, I even want to stay in America longer. Noah looked at me silently and said, if possible, could you stay in America a little longer? I was a little confused at that moment, but honestly replied, Maybe after the project ends, I have to go home right away. Noah bowed his head slightly, looking a little sad. Then he gently added, so, in the remaining few days, I will take Sophia to see all the most wonderful places in America. At those warm words, my heart pounded again. Really? Yes, I promise. That was the moment our promise was made. And the night scene of Venice Beach was as bright as our hearts. Noah, are American men inherently this thoughtful? Noah smiled and nodded. With the person you like, it's even more so. At that moment, my heart shook again with a bang. Sound. The next morning, as I was sitting in my hotel room, my phone rang. It was Noah. Sophia, good morning. Isn't it beautiful today? If it's okay, how about we take a walk along the Santa Monica beach after lunch? As soon as I read the message, my heart started pounding again. Santa Monica. The beach I only saw in movies, the place I thought I would never go. And I'm going there with him. Without hesitation, I texted back, I want to go to Santa Monica. Noah's message came immediately. Great. I'll pick you up in front of the hotel at 12 o'clock. Remember to dress warmly. The sea breeze can be a bit chilly. The last sentence of the message, remember to dress warmly. Why does it make me feel so warm? I smiled for no reason. All morning, I kept opening and closing the wardrobe, standing in front of the mirror but not knowing what to wear. Does it look natural if I dress too elaborately? But if I dress too casually, won't it look like I don't care? In the end, I chose a simple jacket, a bright scarf, and an outfit that looked presentable without trying too hard. When I walked out of the hotel, Noah was already waiting for me. Seeing me, he waved and smiled brightly. At that moment, I felt my heart skip a beat, as if it was about to fall out of my chest. Why do I get so nervous just seeing him? Hi Sophia, isn't it nice today? Noah said. Yeah, warmer than I thought, I replied. The sea breeze will still be chilly though. Here's for you. Noah handed me a paper bag containing hot crepes and waffles. I bought it on the way here. I think Sophia will definitely like it, he said. Those words made me feel warm again. Why does he always know what I like? Thank you. It looks delicious. I smiled and took the bag of cookies. Noah smiled happily along with me. Even on the way to Santa Monica, Noah always kept to the side of the road to make it easier for me. And when crossing the street, he gently held my arm. Those thoughtful gestures made me feel more protected than ever. And then we arrived at Santa Monica. The beach was more beautiful than anything I'd ever seen in a movie. The water glistened in the sunlight, the tall buildings of Los Angeles in the distance, and people strolling along the shore. Oh, this place is so beautiful, I exclaimed. Noah laughed beside me. Right, I knew Sophia would love it. My heart fluttered. Again, why does he understand my feelings so well? We sat down on the sand, ate crepes together, and looked out at the sea. Noah asked softly, Sophia, before coming to America, what did you think about this country? I thought for a moment and then honestly replied, actually, I didn't think much of it. It's just that it's a country that Kenji and his family like, a place where there are anime and TV dramas. But after coming here, I found that this is a very warm country, and the people are also very kind. It's really wonderful. Noah nodded and said, Americans take care of each other very seriously. Even if you are alone, you will not feel lonely. Those words made my heart flutter again. In Italy, I always felt alone, but here, I felt like someone was always by my side. It felt different. Noah was silent for a moment, then continued, Sophia, can't you stay in America a little longer? At that moment, my heart stopped beating. Why so? Noah smiled shyly. It's just ... I want to talk to Sophia longer. Those words really shook my heart. Me too. I want to be with Noah more. But I couldn't say it out loud. Noah suddenly took out a small gift package. This is a gift for Sophia, huh? The necklace you bought for me yesterday. This one is a little more special. I think it suits Sophia very well. Inside the gift package was a sparkling sea-wave-shaped stone brooch. Looking at the beautiful brooch sparkling in the sunlight, I couldn't help but cry. Why are you so nice to me, Noah? Noah smiled gently and said, I just want to see Sophia smile. Hearing those words, I suddenly realized clearly, I like this man. And Noah had the last word. Sophia, if you're free tonight, let's go out for dinner. I couldn't help but smile, and replied, yes sir. When we arrived at the restaurant that evening, I was really surprised. It was a traditional restaurant with California-style food, cozy decor, soft music and warm lighting. Oh, What is this place again? It's like a movie set, I exclaimed. Noah laughed and said, I think Sophia will like it. There it is again. I don't understand why my heart keeps pounding. As soon as we sat down, a variety of California-style fine dining arrived: sirloin steak, salmon salad, lobster chowder, and vanilla ice cream. This is too much, I said. It's okay, Sophia is my special guest, Noah said, and we happily began our meal. However, the problem occurred at an unexpected moment. While I was eating the lobster soup, I suddenly felt something hard in my mouth. Immediately, a sharp pain in my teeth and a crack sound rang out. Ah! My face turned pale. Noah immediately asked in surprise, Sophia, what's wrong? Are you okay? I gently touched my mouth and realized that the porcelain filling I had done in Italy a long time ago had come off. I was really embarrassed and confused. My face was red. What should I do? How am I going to explain this? Noah worriedly approached and asked softly, Are you hurt anywhere? Does it hurt a lot? Seeing that, tears welled up in my eyes. No, I'm fine, but this. Noah gently took my hand and said, Speak slowly, it's okay. My filling came out. I had it done in Italy a long time ago, I said while looking down in embarrassment. Noah immediately said, It's okay, Sophia, let's go to the hospital now, I'll help you. Right now, but this is a strange place. What should I do? Before I could finish my sentence, Noah said firmly, Sophia, you are not alone. I am here. Just that one sentence really warmed my heart. I'm not alone. In Italy, if this happened, I would always be alone. Noah immediately said to the restaurant staff, Sorry, we have an emergency. Please pay first. He also politely carried my luggage and helped me. And on the way to the nearby dental clinic, Noah kept comforting me. It's okay, Sophia, don't worry. Hospitals in America are very fast and kind. The dental clinic we went to was much more modern and cleaner than I had imagined. The equipment was state-of-the-art, incomparable to hospitals in Italy. Noah helped me register and even translated for me. Sophia, don't worry, just check it out. I'll be here. The doctor was also very kind and said, Don't worry, we can take care of it right away. Thanks to that, I was somewhat reassured. After the examination, fortunately, I was given immediate emergency care. When I walked out, Noah was the first person to run up and ask, Are you okay? Does it hurt? Faced with that concern, I couldn't help but bury my face in Noah's chest and burst into tears. Why are you so nice to me, Noah? I'm just Kenji's friend. Noah said softly, I don't think Sophia is just Kenji's friend. Really? Yes, from the first time we met, Sophia was very special to me. Hearing those words, my tears really couldn't stop falling. And Noah said the last words, Sophia, when you're in America, don't ever think you're alone. I'll always be by your side. At that moment, my feelings were also clearly confirmed. Oh, I like this man too, and I have to be with Noah. That was the first time I realized that as we left the dentist's office, the tension was released and my legs felt like they were about to give out. Noticing this, Noah immediately ran over, gently hugged my shoulders and said, It's okay. You must be very stressed, right? You've worked hard, Sophia. Just that one sentence made the tears I was trying to hold back flow. Why is he so warm towards me? Why does he say it's okay to me? As I burst into tears, Noah hugged me tighter and said, It's okay. It's really okay. If you want to cry, just cry. I'm here. At that moment, I felt like I had experienced the warm thoughtfulness of an American man. And I thought, if I were in Italy, I would have had to go to the hospital by myself. It would have been difficult to register, and there would have been no one by my side like this. In the dental clinic, Noah did all the procedures for me. From registration to paying the examination fee. When I said, Noah, I will pay for the examination, Noah shook his head and said, No. Sophia is my guest, so it's only natural that I do what I do. When I'm in America, I'll be responsible for you. Those words made my heart flutter again, and as we left the clinic, the conversation between Noah and the doctor was also impressive. Doctor, thank you so much. If Sophia comes back, can I make an appointment? Yes, of course. Just contact us anytime. We also have a lot of foreign patients. Don't worry. Hearing the doctor's kind words, I thought again, oh, the American healthcare system is really different. This kind of warmth, this kind of care. It's hard to imagine in Italy. And Noah said as we walked out, If anything hurts, tell me right away, and rest well today. For Sophia, Health is the most important thing. Honestly, at that moment, I felt, this man is really thinking of me. Not just out of kindness, but out of genuine concern for me. On the way back to the hotel, Noah kept looking at me and asked, "Are you okay? If anything hurts, tell me right away. We can go to the hospital tomorrow too. Time doesn't matter. The most important thing is that Sophia feels comfortable." Hearing those words, for the first time I honestly shared my feelings with Noah. "Noah, thank you. In Italy, if this happens, I'm always alone. No one helps me, and I always have to deal with it myself." Noah was silent for a moment, then said softly, "Sophia, from now on, you don't have to do everything alone anymore. I'm here." "Really?" I asked softly. Noah smiled softly and nodded. "Really? So, seeing Sophia in pain today, it also breaks my heart." At that moment, I felt like something broke in my heart. I like this man, of course I do. And I never want to lose someone so warm. After arriving at the hotel, Noah still saw me to the door of my room and said, "Sophia, are you really okay? You've had a hard time today, haven't you?" I tried to smile and nodded. "Yes, thanks to you, I'm fine." If it weren't for Noah, I don't know what I would have done. But a corner of my heart felt very heavy. I have only 2 days left until I have to return to Italy, but I have to suppress the feeling of wanting to rely on Noah, which makes me very sad. Perhaps Noah also realized my feelings. He hesitated a bit, then gently asked, "Oh, Sophia, when are you going back to Italy?" My heart sank, but I answered honestly, 2 more days. There really isn't much time left. Noah was silent for a moment, then smiled slightly and said, "So, Sophia, can you spend a day with me tomorrow? There's an America I really want to show Sophia before you leave." Hearing those words, I couldn't hold back my tears, but tried to smile and nodded. "Yes, okay. I'll be with Noah tomorrow." After returning to my hotel room, I looked out the window alone and thought, tomorrow may be the last day I can be with Noah. That's why I have to make it a special day. A day that will be forever engraved in my memory. The next morning, Noah was waiting in front of the hotel with a bright smile. "Sophia, today is just for the 2 of us." The first place we went to was a fancy and trendy cafe in downtown Los Angeles, maybe Beverly Hills or something similar. The sunlight streamed through the large glass windows, creating a quiet and warm atmosphere. As we sat down, Noah said casually, "There is Wi-Fi here, so you can contact your family freely." I exclaimed again, "Oh Noah, America is wonderful. In Italy, there are rarely any cafes where the Wi-Fi works as well as this." Noah laughed and said, "In the US, 5G is everywhere. Even in the subway you can watch a movie instantly." My foreign friends are always surprised because the internet speed here is the fastest in the world. I looked out the window and softly muttered, how wonderful it would be if I could live a simple day in a comfortable country like this, with Noah. Noah looked at me silently and said, "If I could be here with Sophia, I would be really happy." At that moment, a feeling warmer than a cup of hot coffee spread through my chest. Next, Noah took me to the Griffith Observatory, which offers a panoramic view of Los Angeles. When we reached the top, Los Angeles was engulfed in a fiery red sunset. "Noah, this is the first time I've seen something like this." "It's beautiful," I said. Noah replied, "Because Sophia is here, the scenery is even more beautiful today." I timidly asked, "But is it okay to go out at night like this? In Italy, going out at night is quite scary." Noah smiled gently and said, "In America, women can walk alone until midnight without any problem. This is one of the safest countries in the world." "Really? How wonderful it would be if I could walk with Noah every night in a safe country like this." Noah gently took my hand and said, "I also hope such a day will come." Then Noah took out a small lock that he had prepared. "Here, people often lock themselves to make a promise. Shall we make one too?" "Yes, promise we won't forget each other until we meet again." And as we locked the lock, I couldn't hold back my tears. It was dark, and Noah took me to another place, the Venice Canal. "This is Los Angeles. I can't believe such a beautiful canal is right in the middle of the city," Noah explained. "The Venice Canal is managed every day, so here, places like this are maintained at the highest level in the world, thanks to taxes. This is a country where anyone can relax and walk around for free. It's hard to imagine in Italy." "It's really a great country to live in," I said. On the way, Noah stopped to buy some donuts at a street stall. An old lady selling donuts looked at me and said, "You must have come from far away, right? I'll give you this as an extra." America is a country full of humanity. Really, this is the first time I have seen such a warm country. Noah smiled gently and said, America is like that. If Sophia lives here, she will never feel lonely. I could not help saying, Noah, it would be wonderful if I could live in a warm country like this, with you. Noah suddenly stopped and grabbed my hand. Sophia, I'm so sad that today is over. I'm afraid to see Sophia off tomorrow. I bowed my head and said, Noah, me too. I can't imagine an America without Noah. Noah looked at me with a serious face and said, let's promise. It won't end like this. I'll wait every day until Sophia comes back. I nodded and said, yes, Noah. I will come back too. Come back to Noah's side amidst the Los Angeles night scene and the Venice Canal. We held hands tightly, promising a future that was not separation. And then, a day of being together passed. And finally the day I had to leave America arrived. The sunlight shining through the hotel window was still warm as usual, but my heart felt frozen all day. Do we really have to go? As I closed my suitcase, I kept repeating in my head, please don't end like this. Please let me go back. When I went down to the hotel lobby, Noah was there. Noah always had a warm smile, but today, that smile made me feel strangely heartbroken. Sophia, he said my name briefly, but the emotion in his voice got through to me. Good morning. I tried to smile, but couldn't hide the trembling in my voice. Noah quietly carried my suitcase for me and said, lighter than I thought, Sophia, are you really going? Hearing those words, I choked up and could only nod silently. Yes, it's time for me to go. In the car, we were both silent. We both looked out the window, trying to calm our emotions. After a while, Noah gently spoke. Sophia, I still can't believe it. Are you really going to leave so suddenly? I wish this was just a dream. I tried to smile and said, me too, Noah. I want to stay here more. And most of all, I don't want to say goodbye to Noah like this. Noah gripped the steering wheel tightly, closed his eyes for a moment, then opened them again and said, Sophia, the time we spent together in America, for me, were unforgettable happy moments in my life. Hearing those words, I also turned away, looked out the window and burst into tears. Noah, me too. Every moment with Noah is the warmest moment of my life. When we arrived at the airport, Kenji and his wife, along with a few of Noah's friends, came to see us off. The moment I saw the family's faces, tears welled up in my eyes again. Kenji hugged me tightly and said, Sophia, are you really going? Kenji is sad too, really. A friend of Noah's also patted me on the shoulder and said, but come back anytime. Sophia's whole family is waiting for you. Hearing those words, I couldn't hold back any longer. Tears rolled down my cheeks. Not just Noah. These people have also become my family. Everyone stepped back a little to give us some space. Then Noah took my hand and said softly, Sophia, don't end it halfway. I'm serious. If Sophia comes back, I'll never let go of your hand again. Hearing those words, the tears I had been holding back flowed out. Noah, I promise to. I will definitely come back. Come back to Noah's side. Noah used his trembling hand to wipe the tears from my cheeks and said, I will wait. Every day, I will only wait for Sophia. Finally, Noah hugged me tightly. Sophia, please, take care of yourself. And please contact me every day. I also hugged Noah tightly and said, yes, Noah, I will contact you every day. And I will definitely come back. Noah's chest was so warm, I couldn't leave easily. But in the end, with a feeling of regret, I let go of Noah's hand and walked through the exit gate. Looking back, Noah and everyone else were still waving. Seeing that appearance, my tears kept falling. Looking at the scene of America gradually moving away from the plane window, a heartbreaking sadness welled up in my heart. Noah, I'll be right back, and America, you're my second family too. Just like that, I promised Noah, and this warm country, that I would definitely return. After leaving America, a week had passed in no time. Returning to Italy, I still couldn't forget Noah's warm smile and the warmth of his hand. The familiar room, the familiar city, everything was a familiar space, but strangely, I now unconsciously miss America every day. Every day that passes, I compare it to the time I spent in America with Noah. Whether walking on the street, sitting in a cafe, or riding the bus, I always think, in America, what would Noah do in this situation? I unconsciously feel sad because there is no Noah and no America. Every night, I video call Noah. Sophia, I missed you so much today. Noah smiles softly from the phone screen. Noah, me too. I've been thinking about you all day, I say, my eyes welling up. Noah smiles softly and says, when will we see each other again? I don't know either, but Noah, I miss everything in America now. Even taking the subway, going to coffee shops. I miss the country called America, where I was with Noah, I said. Noah nodded gently. Me too, Sophia, in America. Every day I only think about Sophia, the Venice Canal, where we walked together, Griffith Observatory, that coffee shop. Every time I pass by those streets, I think of Sophia and stop for no reason. Hearing those words, my heart felt like it was tightening. Sometimes, I also stand absent-mindedly on street corners in Italy, thinking about America. In America, these streets are also beautiful. Americans talk to me so warmly. Looking at the broken Wi-Fi in the subway, I think, if I were in America, I could video call Noah right now. And finally, I sent a message to Noah. Noah, I miss America so much. A moment later, Noah's text message arrived. Sophia, me too. The more I think about Sophia every day, the lonelier America feels. The moment we were together, that moment was so happy. Noah sent me a picture of him walking alone along the Venice Canal. The Venice Canal is as beautiful as ever. Sophia, where we walked together. I'm walking alone today, and at night, Noah sat alone in a cafe. He took a picture of the corner of the table where we drank coffee together and sent it to me. This is where we sat. Now that I'm alone, I don't know why I only think of Sophia. Looking at those pictures, my tears flowed again. The place where Noah is, this country called America, has captured my heart. And I continued the conversation. Noah, if I go to America again, will you still wait for me then? Of course, Sophia. You have no idea how much I've waited for you. Every day I wait for nothing but Sophia. Noah, that time, I really want to live in America with Noah. Because now, America is like a second home to me. Because Noah is there. Sophia, me too. I'm just waiting for that day. The day we live together in America. That night, I made my decision. Lying in bed in Italy, staring at the ceiling. I thought, I will never forget the promise I made to Noah. I will definitely return to America. And this time, I will be with Noah forever. Months after returning to Italy, memories of America still come back to me every day. Even though I smile when I video call Noah, every time I see Noah's warm smile on the screen. I feel the distance between us. Video call with Noah. Noah, what did you do today? Oh, after work, I went for a walk alone, along the Venice Canal. The road we walked together. The Venice Canal in the photo Noah sent was still as beautiful and clean as usual, but the moment I saw that photo, the image of Noah and I laughing together on that road appeared clearly in my eyes. Noah, I want to walk that path too. With Noah, in America. Noah nodded gently. Me too, Sophia. America without Sophia is really lonely. Hearing those words, I couldn't hold back my tears. Noah, I'm going back to America. Noah looked at me in surprise. Really, Sophia, are you serious? Yes. Italy without Noah is really lonely. And I missed the country called America. Noah's eyes were red. Sophia, I was just thinking about it. If you really come, let's get married. Hearing those words, my tears flowed again. Yes, Noah. This time, I will really be with Noah. After making that decision, I video called Kenji and his wife in America. Kenji, I've decided to go back to America. Kenji, though surprised, immediately smiled brightly. Really, Sophia, that was the right decision. No one will make you happier than Noah. Kenji's wife also nodded and said, that's right, Sophia. If you go to America, Kenji and Noah will always be by your side, so you'll never be alone. Then Kenji smiled mischievously and said, so all three of us are married to Japanese men, I mean American men? Really? All three of us found new lives in America. Everyone laughed. There was genuine support in that laughter. Yes, Kenji, thank you. Sitting on the plane seat to America, I looked out the window and thought, Noah, I'm coming. This time, I'll come to your side. And to Kenji and the family waiting for me. America, you are my second home. When the plane landed and I stepped on American soil, I felt my heart filled with emotions like the first time I came here. Last time it was for Kenji's project, but this time, I came here to meet the person I love, to start a new life. From afar, I saw Kenji and his wife, along with a few of Noah's friends, waving. And right next to them, Noah was waving too. Sophia, Kenji's wife, ran to hug me. Welcome, Sophia, I've been waiting for you. Kenji also hugged me and smiled. So finally we both sisters are reunited in America. Noah's friends also smiled warmly, and said, "You've worked hard coming to America." Hearing those words, I really felt this is where my family is. And Noah gently walked up to me and hugged me tightly. Sophia, you've really come. I'll never leave you again. Yes, Noah, I will be in America with you. Noah smiled and held my hand tightly. Sophia won't be alone anymore. There's me and there's family. This is Sophia's home. That night, we had dinner together at Kenji's house. Sophia, you must have had a hard time coming to America, right? Now that you're part of the family, let's help each other out, Kenji said. Noah nodded beside him and said, "From now on, Sophia will always have me by her side." Kenji's wife smiled and said, "We'll help you to prepare for the wedding. All three of you are marrying American men, so it has to be special." Hearing those words, everyone laughed, and a warm feeling filled my chest. Noah held my hand tightly and said, "Sophia, this time, I will really be with you for life. Let's build a happy family together." Yes, Noah. America is my home now, and Noah is my family. On a warm sunny day, I stood in front of the mirror, wearing a pure white wedding dress, feeling like I was still dreaming. Am I really going to marry Noah in America? Kenji's wife came over, gently fixed my hair, and smiled. Our youngest sister is finally getting married. Kenji also smiled slightly, and said, "That's right. Who would have thought that both of us sisters would settle down in America?" I laughed, while the corners of my eyes were already wet. I couldn't believe it either, but now, America really feels like home to me. Kenji's wife held my hand tightly and said, "That's right, Sophia. Now, we have all our family here. You're not alone." At those warm words, I nodded. Yes, with Noah and Kenji and the family, I will be fine. The door to the chapel opened, and Noah looked straight at me, and I saw tears welling up in his eyes. Noah, in his traditional American tuxedo, smiled brightly as he greeted me. Step by step, I felt as if time had stopped. In front of me, there was only Noah. The moment we held hands, Noah whispered, "Sophia, from today on, we will be together. I will never let go of this hand." I smiled and replied, "Yes, Noah. I will be by your side too." After the wedding, Kenji and his wife came up to hug me. Kenji's wife smiled and said, "So Noah is our family now." Kenji also nodded and playfully said, "So, both of you are married to American men, so our American family is complete." Noah's friends also smiled and said, "From now on, we will gather together on New Year's Day and other holidays. We are very happy to welcome Sophia." Hearing those words, Noah smiled shyly and held my hand even tighter. And he softly said, "This way, we really are a family, Sophia." The moment I heard those words, my heart felt warm and I couldn't help but smile and say, "Yes, Noah, we are a family now." After the wedding, Noah and I walked together to our new house. On the way, Noah held my hand and said, "Sophia, from today on, this is our home. I will protect Sophia for the rest of my life so that she can live happily here." I also held Noah's hand tightly and replied, "Yes, thanks to Noah, America has truly become my home. Oh, America is my second home." Noah smiled and said, "And Sophia is my first and last love." Hearing those words, my tears welled up again. Thank you, Noah. Thanks to Noah, every day of my life is happy. America. At first, it was just a strange country that I heard about through Kenji and his wife. But there, I found love, met my family, and found a reason to live. And most of all, if it weren't for the warmth, responsibility, and sincere care of American men like Noah, I would never have chosen America. The reason we couldn't leave America wasn't just because of the beautiful scenery or delicious food, but it is the sincerity of American men, who will protect someone to the end, and that warm heart. Now, America is the second home that has brought love and family to Kenji, me and my friends. If you are also looking for true love, maybe you will also meet a warm American man in a warm country like America, just like me.